I continue to hear a lot of backlash about Brad Holmes' draft, and but I think, in my opinion, I think he done enough, to get the trust. I think we should just trust him. I think they clearly got a system, and I think this year, if any year, is should nail the coffin close or shut on if the Lions should trust this regime, because there's a lot of things going on in this regime. When you start talking about, okay, now they got new coordinators, they kind of on their second wave of coordinators, even though Anthony Lynn was the coordinator, and I think he got a raw deal, but that's nor here nor there. So when we kind of start having these conversations about should we trust the Lions, everybody got PSTD when they come, whatever it's called, with the Lions, because they've been bad for so long. But as quick as Brad Holmes has come in and had a plan and executed it, has he neglected certain areas? When he first got here, he neglected receiver. First couple years he neglected receiver. I think first year he built the receiver core around Tyrell Williams. It didn't work. They got, I think Trinity Benson might have been thrown in there that first year. It didn't work. They got in there, got Josh Reynolds. They finally won the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, under Tim Boyle's tutelage at quarterback, he took off. Ain't looked back since. First thing they prioritized was, protecting the quarterback, stopping the run. He got Elizoni in there. He got some DBs in there. So, he's prioritized, pretty much everything. Whether it was running back, whether it was a lack of speed, explosive playmakers on offense, whether it was J-Mo, it was Gibbs. It was another, they got rid of Hawkinson. They got another, tight end that's probably better than him, Sam Laporta. Whether it was finding guys in the middle of the draft, whether it was Kirby Joseph, whether it was having a fantastic run in one draft, what was it, 2023 draft, I think it might have been, when you got Gibbs, you move down, you get Gibbs, you get Jack Campbell, you kind of finesse the system, get Brian Branch, you get Sam Laporta. Come on. You find Aleem McNeil in the middle of the draft. You have some misses there, or some still up in the air, whether it was Anzarike, whether it's Josh Pascal. You know what I'm saying? You got some things, whether it's Roger Martin, you got a few guys that's still up in the air, but for the most part, he's pressed all the right buttons. And one of the things that he, it's only a couple things that he really ain't proven at this point. Can they win the NFC Championship? Can they win a Super Bowl? But on the field, there's only a couple things that he hasn't proven. Can he find a pass rush? And can he draft a quarterback? That's the only two things that's missing. And right now, the quarterback really ain't a priority. But can he find a pass rush? And if he can find a pass rush, I believe most people believe that's the missing link to this. But I don't think it's called the benefit of the doubt. I think he's trustworthy. I think people shouldn't really, I'm not saying you shouldn't question the dictator, you shouldn't question the leader or question the president. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's done enough to deserve, the backlash that he getting. He's done a fantastic job. And what? How long has he been here? I want to say going into his 5th year. In reality, that second year they could have made the Super Bowl if it wasn't for, they could have made the playoffs if it wasn't for injuries. So, I think he's done a phenomenal job, and I think we shouldn't question them. They have a system, and they're not varying away from that system. As much as probably people think J-Mo was a guy that really wasn't a lion. No, he liked to block. He liked to get his hands dirty. He loved the game of football. So they're drafting guys that fit the system. And I heard somebody say, well, yesterday we did like a live on Monday, when people said he needs to stop drafting high character. He ain't just drafting high character guys. No, that's not what he's doing. He's drafting guys who love football. James Houston got drafted, and he stole a computer, got kicked out of college. So it ain't about character. They drafting guys who love to play football. that's the name of the game for them. They drafting guys who love to play, who love football. They drafting dogs. So I do think he's done enough in this game to get the trust. I do think that. I think people should simply trust the process with Brad Holmes. Not saying you shouldn't have questions. I'm not saying you shouldn't have doubts. But let's trust. Let's trust him. You know, let's trust him. He done a lot of right. Now, if even people sat there and was like, they still question Terajan Lane, that's cool. I mean, he been here for one season. He turned around in one season, but it's naturally to ask, was it a fluke? That's a natural thing to ask. Was it a fluke? So, no, that's the most natural thing to ask. So, but honestly, I think Brad has done enough to have our trust. So I'm gonna trust the draft picks. I'm gonna trust the free agent strategy. I mean, this dude didn't pick some studs. Kirby, you know, BB, Gibbs. You know, took Montgomery off all free agency. That was a good pick. Laporta, St. Brown. You know, Goff ain't too shabby. Panisa well. You know, Mahogany played well last year when they needed him. I mean, he picked some guys. He had some guys that's still up in the air. Sorsdale, Broderick Martin, you know, Manu, Vacchi. There's some guys that's still up in the air. Pascal, Anzarike, Makai Wingo. But for the most part, you know, he's shooting a decent percentage from the field, in my opinion. He's shooting a real decent percentage from the field. So if he was a dog, but he just couldn't stay healthy. So, but this is my opinion on it, man. I know a lot of people is mad at him. Come the season, you know, a lot of people gonna change their tune. Mark my words. Come the season, there's a lot of guys that's gonna change their tune about it. So he still got post June 1st cuts. You still got late training camp cuts. You still got guys like Jalen Ramsey that could be traded. Darius Smith could be picked up. So let's just wait and see. Check out Detroit Lions Star playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.